So, what's up, man? How's your week going? We'll start there. How's your week?
It's good. I'm chomping at the bit, man. I feel it's crazy how until you take a rest or you do drop things, how kind of like you were cloudy or you needed it, until you actually take that actual rest or you pull things back, you're like, wow, man, I really was my mind was foggy and I wasn't
Mhm.
as clear and my energy was not as high towards the end of the day. But
Dude,
now it's Hmm?
you're eating more carbs than me, so I don't know how you had energy at all. Because I dropped mine 100 grams this week for this mini cut. Started this mini cut,
Yeah,
and I immediately feel like, oh fuck, like I feel pretty good.
yeah, yeah,
I just went from 700 to 600.
yeah. Yeah.
So
I almost think it's like the digestion break, because your brain, being able to not have your digestion a little bit better. I was a little bit more bloated. I mean, you're pushing food, so you're always distended, towards the end of the day, and just having to put all that food in your stomach, it kind of clears up your mind. You feel better.
I feel much better, dude. And training started to take off. Like
Yeah,
it's weird. You do have to like maybe just maybe even the idea of like programming in 1 week where you do just drop carbs by 100 grams, nothing crazy, not going to
right,
lose any size,
right.
but you kind of pull back a little bit. You drop some of that fog. Your
Yeah,
training goes up a little bit.
yeah,
And I mean, I guess you could also take a what you call it, a deload, but
right.
I guess you don't even have to do that because I didn't take a deload. I just switched gears, and this week I went into and I just started training like however I wanted to. I mean,
Right,
kind of like you. I haven't done any supersets or nothing like that, but
right.
old me would have like 8 7 8 years ago. I would be
Yeah,
doing supersets and
yeah,
drop sets on everything, and
yeah,
no, I'm using the same weights. I just am moving the weight faster. It's still
right.
controlled. It's not sloppy. It's just like I'm weight training. I'm just lifting weights.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
feels good.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's just if I feel like I need to do a superset or a drop set, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I kind of being unchained from a coach.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, chain my training up. No, I have to do a straight set right here, or if I feel good, I'm gonna rock it two more sets too. So
So what we're gonna mostly talk about today, you'll like this. We're 1 week out from the Mr. Olympia,
yeah.
so We're gonna get our final lists, our final predictions.
Well,
So
first, did you hear about the controversy
which
in
one?
in the classic?
The height stuff, yeah.
Oh man,
So
that might be serious, especially for Mike.
so break it down for me because I have seen it, but I didn't go read everything. It's like I don't have the time that I used to have to actually scroll and
Yeah,
look at stuff. I just glance,
yeah.
so I'm not really paying attention. But
So I don't know how it got under people's radar, or maybe just the video wasn't out, but they found videos, TikTokers, news TikTokers of the fitness industry found videos of the check-ins, and they clear as day, you see them being, their height is being checked, and they're, people who have hair like me, like it just
yeah,
goes to the top of their hair. They don't push it down. So, Mike has a little poof, so
yep.
it just goes to the top of the poof, and that gives them enough to get into the next weight bracket, which is 8 pounds. That's a significant advantage. So if they would have brought it down, he probably wouldn't have made weight last year. I mean, it's a big controversy of what his height is. And so they did that on, Mike, and then they also did it. Ramon wasn't even videoed him, being his height. So they don't even know where his height's at. They just see his weight being checked. So there's a lot of people saying, Mike's not going to be able to make weight and he's not going to compete because he has to lose 8 pounds. And he looks huge already. He looks like he's going to struggle to make the weight cap that he was at originally. So I don't know how he's going to make that weight.
You know who has a full list?
Uh, of Olympia for classic or super
Yeah,
for open.
open because
I
um,
don't.
somebody's got to. I need a full list.
That's what I need. I need to get a computer. My little one spilled apple juice on my laptop, so I don't have a laptop no more.
I'm holding off. I really want my own because me and Whitley have to split this one right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold off and just get a desktop for the house. Is this it? This is 212. That's not what I want.
Which have you seen in the 212? I think he's like 21 years old. What's
Oh,
his? I forget his name.
Anton? Anton? No,
I
no,
think
you're talking about
that's
212. You're talking about
yeah.
212. What was that guy's name?
I forget his name. He's like 12, 21 years old. He's coached by Patrick. I swear he's 21, maybe 21 or 23. Ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
unbelievable genetics. I should know his name. It's
I
hard to
can see
pronounce.
I can see the face and I can't see what's the white guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't see I don't know his name. I can just see the face.
y-
And then Anton, the young classic guy, he's got his first qualification.
Yeah.
Where's it at, dude?
And then I know I sent you a video of Terrence Ruffman. Dude, he looks shredded to the bone.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen him that shredded before. And big.
back in his glutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we'll have a good battle. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah. And on that controversy, like I understand it's a business, and I almost want Terrence and to go up against Mike because Terrence looks like he's gonna bring it. But I mean, where do you draw the line, man? Like, you hear all the time there's politics involved. And I've even talked to pros in absolute recomp, I'm not gonna name his name, but his pro qualifier, they let him go, they let him check in incorrectly. They didn't give him the correct height because he weighed too much and he won the show. He got his pro card. I mean, it's very much there. So I think now because it's in spotlight, everybody's watched those videos and now it's a big deal. I don't think they're going to be able to let it go, or I don't know what they're going to do.
It is a business, and that's what I was saying to you. I think in the messages was like they don't want to look at their like stars in that division and say you can't go on stage because they're like, we need you here because you put fans in the seats.
Yeah. Yeah. They even did it to Chris too.
Yeah.
Like I saw the weigh in on Chris's and they didn't push his hair down, you know, but
So I think I got the full list now. Okay.
okay.
So we can talk over a couple of maybe flying under the radar right now, like dark horses, maybe people aren't thinking about. Um, the first one that comes to mind to me for somebody who has kind of gotten swept under the rug lately would be Martin.
Yes. Yes. It's like
Still
his
great.
name disappeared.
Yeah. And that's what happens if you don't, one showing can put you on the map or make people forget about you for a minute. So
Hmm.
he got third to Nick and Derek, and it was
Derek,
like
yeah.
suddenly he's not in the mix, but he is in the
Yeah.
mix. It's just
Yeah. I mean,
and
even dude, even doing my top five, I completely forgot.
yeah.
That's my bad.
So let's go over all of them right now. If this is the most updated thing I have, we got Brett Wilkin, Samson, Hottie, Derek, Rafa, Martin, Akeem, Brandon, Bonac, uh, Good Vitali. You remember Good Vito?
Yeah.
Um, Andrew Jacked, Nick, Regan, Tonio, Sauce Harati, Behruz. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
Um, the Chinese guy, Chin Long Shin, Rubiel, Jordan, Dorian Haywood, and Urs.
Hers is in there.
So let's do. Uh, let's try to do a top 10,
Okay.
and then now we have it officially on video. We can reference it after the show. Let's see how close we got.
Hmm.
All right, we'll go. Do you want to go 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
Let's go 1 to 10. That's how my brain thinks.
Yeah, that's insane. All right, we'll do spot by spot, like place
Okay.
by place, and that way it's like I can't copy you or whatever. So, all right, your first place. Who you got?
Man, I'm gonna. Yeah, mm,
Already stumped on number one.
I know. You know what? I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna say Nick.
All right, Nick. I hope you watch this and
Yeah,
give the YouTube a shout out.
I
Yeah,
think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna shock the world, man.
I think you absolutely can. Like the only thing stopping me from saying Nick is just how good Samson looked a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Um,
because that's who I was going. It was either Nick or Samson in my head.
and then trying to like visually put them side by side.
Yeah,
Now, like, is Samson going to be as grainy as Nick? No,
yeah,
we know that. But if Samson is the all-time best Samson with his shape, structure, how tall he
yeah,
is,
yeah,
just overall catching your eye type of physique on stage,
yeah,
that's hard to beat. So I have to decide this on if I think Samson will be the best version of Samson ever,
yeah,
period. And
yeah.
I actually do. So Nick
Yeah.
probably won't share this podcast now because I voted Samson, but I'm gonna say Samson. And
I
I'll
just went by shots, man, in my head. I just feel like Samson will have the front shots,
yeah.
I believe, and then the sides will be very tough, but Nick is really thick and freaky from the side. And then the rear shots are, I think, are what's going to really decide it. And I think it's going to be hard to beat his lower half.
I think that Samson wins both front shots.
Yeah,
I think he wins the ab and thigh.
yeah,
So that's three. So let's say three. And then the side chest, I think, goes to Nick.
hmm,
The side tricep is really, really close. Nick has a hard time like pulling around.
yeah,
He stays like more straight up. So I would
yeah,
actually say Samson on that one. So I'd say 4-1. Then Nick wins both of the back poses, which is tight. The back double's not close, I don't think. I think
yeah.
Nick's got it. The back lat spread is a little bit closer, but we'll still say Nick. So 4-3. And then
Just because,
you have the most muscular, which
and
is
Nick is pretty ridiculous. The most musculars.
but and then Samson has the hand clasp, most muscular. So
That's true.
that one's like,
It's like a toss up, man. I don't know.
oh, and what are we missing? I mean, that's eight poses. So that could be a literal split. Are we missing any pose? Like, I guess transitions.
Yeah, if I Nick, please, I don't know, you don't listen, you may not listen to this, but keep your midsection together, bro.
Because if it
Keep
ends up
your
being four poses to four poses, Samson would win it on transitions and
yeah,
corners.
yes. I know he like destroys on like posing conditioning. He's always rock solid, but like, man, on your transitions, please. I know I'm just like a little nobody, but keep your stomach in, man.
So you're gonna go. I've got Nick two. You got Samson two.
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead with number three. You got
Um,
Eric. You got Hottie. Who else?
I'm gonna say Derek. I'm gonna say Derek three.
I'm gonna say the same thing. And not that Derek can't win the fucking show because he can,
Right. He can.
but it's it's just crazy competitive.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I just
I
think,
think where Derek's back is great. His bottom half in the back shots seems thinner than the other two.
yeah,
His detail throughout his chest and his arms is not as good as the other two.
yeah,
But again, if he's inside out peeled and the other two are slightly off, like that's easily his show.
yeah.
All right, now it gets harder. Four.
Or I'm gonna throw a curveball in there. I'm gonna say, oh, I haven't seen him. Have you seen Andrew Jack? Have you
No,
seen him lately?
they ain't covered up.
Damn, I'm gonna say Andrew Jack four.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
go.
say he's gonna beat Hottie.
Let me go look. Hmm. I think it would be cool because not because I don't like Hottie. I love Hottie, but I would like to see Andrew like just come
Start
up,
rising, you know?
beat
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
climbing up the ranks. Yeah, he's staying covered up, man.
I'm
Always
gonna,
has training videos and
yeah.
got his shirt on. So I'm gonna say Hottie four. You're gonna go Andrew four.
Yeah.
I think Hottie will be too grainy and you know
You think so? Yeah.
dense.
I hope he's even covered up for a reason. Like he's gonna come in.
You know,
I have high hopes just for Andrew.
I do too, dude. That's a multiple time winner. If I don't know, feels in. It's crazy to say like anybody that big has gaps, but like fill in the arm gap a little bit,
Yeah.
bring out the back a little bit more, like, and then
Yeah.
get super
Shredded.
shredded.
Yeah.
But five, who do you got five?
Five will be Hottie. I don't think they'll take him out of the top five.
You got Hottie five. I've got Andrew five, but it's close. I think I won't tell you who my next pick is, but
You gonna pick Martin?
nope.
Mm.
This is
Jordan?
where, huh?
Jordan?
No,
Oh
but
man.
so I got Andrew five. You've got Hottie five.
Yeah.
I'll go six then, and I'm gonna say Baruz
Oh,
because I think everyone he's beaten Bonac this past year. He's beaten
yeah.
Nathan. He's beat who else did he beat? Who else was in that mix? There was another big time name he was beaten. We just haven't seen him against like these top five, six guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think his conditioning, I think his waist is crazy good for somebody that big.
Yeah.
I wish he would pose his glutes a little differently, and actually, I wish he would tuck his glutes because his glutes are so damn big.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish he would tuck them, but I'm going to say Baruz in six.
Okay. I'm six, right?
Yep,
Um, man, I think Martin's gonna bring it. He's gonna get six.
Martin. All right, you're seven. You
Then
still got
I'll put Belarus for seven.
seven, or let's see, what about, yeah, I'm on my seven. Seven, I'm going to go Martin, which is still, I mean,
I mean, it's still good. You're top 10 in the world.
yeah, and behind some freaks, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
so, all right, moving on to eight. This is where I haven't thought too much, but you got some,
Is it me or you?
I'll go since you just did the last two.
Okay.
So I'm between Jordan. Do I think Regan is going to be, I don't know. I'm Vito. I haven't seen anything of Rafa yet. Have you?
No, I haven't. But he has those crazy muscle bellies, man. His chest is ridiculous.
Um, he hasn't been posting. Here's one outside. That's not him. No, that's not him. Um, that was horse.
Mm,
So he hasn't been posting either. 2 days ago, here's a picture by the pool with weird upward lighting. Can't tell what's going on.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. He hasn't been posting much, which kind of makes me worry a little bit. um, I'm gonna go hand. So we still have Brandon Curry.
Yeah.
We've still got Vito Bonac, Regan. We've got more guys, but the ones I'm thinking that could fight for this spot: Rubiel, Nick Zilla.
Mm.
Jordan and Urs. I'm gonna go Jordan at number 8.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Jordan for 8 for sure. I think he's one of those that when you look at him, he doesn't look big when he's by himself, but then when you see him next to somebody, he exposes you because he's so complete.
Yep. Yep. He's not really missing anything, and he's got those crazy detailed glutes.
Yeah, he does. He brings that freaking shredded hard look. I think he'll do some damage.
So 9, you're up.
I'm gonna say between I'm gonna say Reagan.
You say Regan.
Yeah, Reagan.
Regan.
Is his coach what's his face again? What's that guy's name? I forget his name. That's my bad. Is it
Who's he
the
with?
same? Is he working with Milos?
No, he's with somebody else. He
He's with
changed
somebody.
a lot. Um, who is he?
I don't know. I just saw some, I saw some pictures and I sent you those when he was 3 weeks out or whatever. He looked pretty good. He has some crazy shape. He
Oh,
just
he's with Dom Super Sliced. So that's a new, relatively new, I think, pair.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Reagan.
And this update was 3 hours ago. So yeah. So I'm between Regan and Vito, maybe, but I haven't seen Vito like he's got all the size. He hasn't stood next to people.
Yeah.
Um, like
Didn't he compete with Nick?
I think there was a show he backed out of though, but I can't remember.
Mm,
I can't remember where he got his qualification at. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna say because I haven't seen him much. I'm gonna say Regan also, and let's just give him some love because I want him to be good.
Yeah.
And then 10, you've still got Urs, Rubiel. I mean, how does Urs stand next to next Villa? You know,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The only thing I can think is that yours is besides his arms is more complete, looks more proportionate. Nick Zilla's got some I think his legs are so big he needs to downsize them a little bit.
I mean, or just have to bring everything really far up.
Yeah.
But Urs, oh, you're talking about Nexzilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his legs are way too big. Um, the thing for Urs is he is extremely lean. So
Yeah.
that could
Yeah.
work in his favor.
Yeah.
You've
I
also
have
got
a
Clean, you got Bonac,
I have high hopes for Urs. I think Urs is gonna be 10. I think he's gonna make top 10.
Urs. I'm going to say Bonac, not because I necessarily want to, but I think he's just one of those that's hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
He's pretty consistent. He's been better lately than he was the previous year or
Yeah.
two. He seemed a little downsized, and then now he came back like he's popped. He's popping.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the best shape and structure, but he's always like heavily muscled, very detailed,
Yeah.
lean. So
Hmm.
that rounds up the top 10 then. So I don't know. I mean, you've got people like there's so many names in this list that just a 1% difference could change the placing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So there's no telling what we're going to see next weekend.
Yeah. I'm pumped.
You got to stay up late
I don't know. Maybe. I don't have
because
the kiddo, so
they're 2 hours behind us. So I mean, it'll be like midnight here
oh damn.
before you see a winner.
Maybe.
That's the only downside. I've tried to do it in the past, and I'm laying there in bed with my phone on
Yeah.
silent, and I just keep falling asleep, waking up every five
Yeah. Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
But um, it'll be fun, dude, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Maybe we need to. Oh shit! If we're competing again next year, we can't go. I was gonna say
that's
maybe we
true.
need to go next year.
Yeah, dude, it's always on a bucket list. I haven't been to Olympia yet.
If we keep trying to do nationals, we ain't gonna get to go.
Yeah,
Unless you turn pro, then you can take a year off, go to the Olympia the next year, and then compete in maybe 2027.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my plan is next year yet for uh, the stage. I don't know if I'm gonna have like that fire for the stage, or if I just enjoying what I'm doing still.
Yeah,
I don't know, because and it takes so much. Like you right now, the only person that you're really like taking from when you get prep is your boy,
yeah,
and you know when you have him, you can at least like tune it down a little bit and
yeah,
be present with him. But when you're like with your family 24/7,
yeah,
you're like, it's it's very selfish. So
yeah. It's probably like a talk you got to sit down and like, hey, I might be have to be a little selfish. Is that cool? Can we do this? Like, I don't really have that.
yeah, that's rough. That's because they didn't sign up for that.
Yeah,
But I don't know. She's the one pushing me to compete next year, not me.
really. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Whenever I saw a video, you said you didn't have any plans. I was like, damn, my heart hurt. I was like, come on, Garrett.
Well, what are you looking at doing as a qualifier? Do you know yet?
I don't know. I mean, maybe the qualifier right before
Yeah.
the nationals at the end of the year. Like,
Let's go.
what,
Let's
that's
go
a
look at the
battle of Texas or whatever.
NBC News Online or NBC Texas. NBC Texas, which I don't think they have next year's schedule up yet, but you can
Mm.
get a pretty good
They-
idea
yeah, it's pretty close.
by looking at this year's schedule. So let's see. NPC.
I mean, if I can get, things rocking and rolling and I can quit my job, it would be better. If I can't, then I don't know if they'll let me off 2 weeks in a row. You know?
Yeah, you'd have to give some of your shifts away. But
Yeah.
so let's see. October. Um, you've got Muscle Beach. You've got San Antonio Classic. So those are south.
Or I can just roll right into nationals. I'm 2 years qualified, right?
Yeah, you are.
So I can just roll in.
Yeah, you fucking are because you won the overall at what show was that?
Texas State.
Next State.
Yeah.
That's true. So only I have to qualify. Um, because my qualification was from the previous year.
Yeah.
So, um, Battle of Texas, December 6th.
I think it would be easier if you did, a show the next weekend.
It would. I always think like, you know, you come out of a show weekend and you reverse properly, you look really good like 2 3 weeks
Yeah.
later. I always
Hmm.
think about like timing a show like 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
That way food can come up a little bit, your body kind of comes back to life. It's just a really good look.
Yeah.
But I think that's my only option because before that, I mean, unless I want to go to San Antonio in October, then that would put me let's see, 4 or 5, maybe like 6 weeks away. So that's 6 more weeks of prep. That's
Yeah.
pushing it a little bit. So it might end up just being Battle of Texas.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We got a lot going on, and right now we do. At that time, we may not. We may be settled into the house.
Right.
Um, we'll have already gone and got married, so all that stuff will be out of the way.
Yeah. It might
Yeah.
be a good time.
Yep. So when would prep start for me? October, November. Okay, the Battle of Texas is December 6th. So um beginning of August, and I like a little bit longer prep, so end of July,
Yeah.
give me like 22 weeks or so.
Yeah.
No,
Would you do
but
things
no,
on your own?
20 weeks. I'm kind of leaning that way, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because there are some things I want to try, but do I want to try
My
it in a prep?
Yeah, like my only thing like is like I've been trying this stuff in off season. I know off season and prep is different, but transitioning and telling a coach like this is everything I did and I know it's working, and then like give me something that I'm not 100% on, or like he like maybe a different methodology or something. And so I don't know because I've it's a lot funner to do things on your own, man. I'm telling you, when you coach yourself and you kind of testing things and you're on your own.
Yeah.
But then again, I know the value of a coach whenever you do get in a prep and your mind's starting to go and making sure you're on point. You're coming in stage lean because I know the last couple preps I did, I thought I was lean enough and I was, he took me to another level. And so that's a value of a coach, just like invaluable, you know.
I think with you, where you're at now in your journey, my thing with you would be that maybe somebody to tell you, like, because if you're coaching yourself, you would be 1,000 miles per hour, and somebody
Yeah,
would tell you like, hey, you need a refeed, you need to
yeah.
pull back a little bit, or whatever. Like, um,
Yeah, that's the number one thing
yeah,
is be able to pull back on training because like I'm one of the crazy ones that I like when it gets hard, like I will push harder and I need somebody to pull me back. Like, hey,
which
all right.
is which is fine. Like, there are times where that's what you have to do. You've got some people who are such, poons,
Yeah.
so that they don't know how to step on the gas at all, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so tired, I'm so hungry, and I'm like, you're not even suffering yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you gotta, like, there's another level, there's another gear for you to push, and
Yeah.
you're just not there yet. Then you have people who are just crazy,
Yeah.
and I did that to myself in the prep before. When I did it prep myself, was uh hit a stall like maybe 6 weeks out or 5 weeks out, and I was, well, that was the point that I made the change. But I was at a stall for about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and nothing was moving. And so my mind, I said, just turn the dial up, right?
Yeah.
So cardio went up higher, and that nothing was happening,
Yeah.
and I had more fatigue coming on. So then I had like an epiphany moment, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop cardio down to 30, and I'm gonna make up everything else I was doing in steps.
Yeah.
And I started losing again. So it
Yeah.
was it was purely because it was just too. I was just pushing, 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 and not giving my body a chance. So stress and oxidative stress was just through the roof.
Yeah.
When I switched to steps, it seemed to. And that's when I started step counting.
Yeah.
It seemed to start moving again. So
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know yet.
so one other topic before we get off. What is something that you've like changed your mind on over the years that you used to say or believe that now, like something hard, like you said it a lot or you believed it very like intently, and now you're the opposite?
I got a good one, and it might piss a lot of people off, but force reps, man. I used to be big on force reps, like having to have somebody. I used to have my ex, you have to be at my workout because I need to hit these set and I need to have force reps. I have to have force reps. Now I don't believe in force reps as much anymore. I think I haven't trained with anybody in years, and I'm not saying that force reps don't work, but for me, I feel like the reps that you can't do shouldn't be the ones that count. You should get to mechanical failure, and that's failure. Pushing past it is a good way to hurt yourself. And that's what was happening for me. I was hurting my quads and I was hurting my abductors and my shoulder. And it just didn't make any sense, once I started thinking about like all a force rep is somebody taking some of the load off. So just do a drop set,
Yeah,
and you can have more control and you're actually doing the rep. You're not putting the tension somewhere else because you are
yeah.
going past what you're capable of doing. So man, I used to be like the big, and I still am a big fan of Jordan Peterson. I think that's his name. God, did I mess that up? Or Dorian Yates, when you watch them train, they're screaming and they're like someone's pushing them past failure, the Tom Platz type of training. I grew up on that and I love that, but I don't do that in my training at all anymore. I get to mechanical failure, and I won't even ask somebody for a spot. I will either it's doing a drop set or like that's the end of the set. I'm making sure the tension's going where I want it, and I don't need to take that risk anymore. I don't believe I don't think you can look back and be like, I grew this amount of muscle because I did force reps. I think it was just the accumulation of all the training and the reps that you do are the ones that matter more, I believe, than the force reps themselves.
I think what you said about the drop set, that's where I was going to go with it, is that essentially a drop set is the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you said it perfectly. When you have somebody assisting you get 2 or 3 more reps, all they're doing is just reducing the amount of weight that you're actually lifting. And if you are still at maximum stimulus, which you are because you're fatigued, then
Yeah.
reducing the weight by 40% and controlling another 4 to 5 with a full range of motion is going to equate the same stimulus, right?
Yeah.
So what it does is you're reducing the stress on the joints and the ligaments by
Mhm.
40% as well, which
Yeah.
is really where you hurt yourself with the force reps is your body is sending that weight anywhere that it can, and it's no longer just muscle supporting it, it's everything else trying to support it as well.
Yeah.
And a drop set would give the same stimulus or at least close enough to the muscle
Yeah.
without the ligaments and joints being compromised.
Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, if you don't want to do a drop set, just do partials. I feel like partials are even more beneficial than a force rep, because at least when you're doing a partial, not everybody can train as precise as Jordan or, even Dorian Yates or whatever. When they do those force reps, the tension is staying where they want to go. If you look at people who do force reps, their form gets a little wonky. So why not just do partials? If you're by yourself or you even have a training partner, partials are a good way to, extend the set but staying on the muscle you're trying to work. So I've done partials and I've done drop sets and I've continued to grow. I didn't think like I need force reps.
I've always done partials, so that's something that, and it doesn't make sense to me not to. Like
Yeah.
to me, even though that a full rep has failed, it doesn't mean that I'm done. So
Right.
like if I get 70%, 60%,
Yeah.
40%, 30%, okay, I'm gonna take it all the way down. Um, so I guess I'll say mine now. Um, my stance on Tren has changed a lot.
Yeah.
So I used to say Tren is for contest prep only, and
Yeah.
you don't need it in any other scenario. You sure as hell don't want it in the off season,
Right.
that kind of thing. And with the way I've been, doing things this year and experimenting with myself on in both of my push phases this year, I've implemented 10 milligrams of Tren daily, 70 milligrams for the week. And both times, because I do blood work every 4 or 5 weeks, both times there hasn't been any change negatively to the blood work
Yeah.
outside of what the cycle was already doing itself.
Yeah.
So like I had markers before I added the trend and I had markers after and nothing changed that probably wouldn't have already changed just by being on a cycle a little bit longer, right?
Yeah.
So cholesterol maybe budges a few more points, over four
Yeah.
weeks, but it doesn't go from decent to horrible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
my sleep is fine. Like it doesn't impact my sleep at 10 milligrams daily. Um, my mood is fine. I feel good. My
Yeah.
and this is not me encouraging people to just go take Tren all the time. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And is it really even contributing a ton in the off season to my growth at just 70 milligrams a day? Maybe, maybe not. But what it is contributing to, I would say, is a little bit of feed efficiency. So eating a little bit better,
Yeah.
helping a little bit there with hunger. The other thing is training intensity goes up every
Yeah.
time I do it. Um, Visually, your physique changes a little bit when
Yeah.
you put it back in. So that's I would say a mental boost. Like
Yeah.
you visually see an improvement, you want to train harder. You want to,
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's doing some psychological, productive things for me. And if it's not being deleterious to my health markers, at least not in a 4 week or 6 week block. And again, it's not me telling everybody they need to go take Tren because I don't think everybody needs to. But
Right.
just for me specifically, it's a pretty unique tool, and which is weird because I've had people comment and say, "Oh, DHB would be better." Well, I did the same exact dosing protocol with DHB, and I felt like shit. I
Yeah.
My attitude was bad. My digestion got weird.
Hmm.
My blood work didn't change. I'll say that. My kidney markers were fine. Everything that they tell you to worry about with DHB was fine, but I wasn't in a very good mood.
Yeah.
It was like other people how they say they feel when they're on Tren. So
Right. Yeah.
so DHB not for me.
I definitely I can agree with that because I was definitely anti-trend anywhere else other than a prep, and it should be put in a prep strategically. But since the last push I did and adding, I was only doing 50 milligrams a week, just a little low dose. It didn't affect, and I think this is the importance of testing, why like guys like us, you're more in there than I am, but testing all these things because I got in a straight argument with a dude talking, dude, why are you taking Tren in the off season? That's stupid. It's ending your off season quickly. Well, it's like it wasn't even a tool that I would use. Now it's my eyes are open. It's like, whoa. So I did do this and I did feel stronger. I felt a little bit more aggressive. It pushed me to another level of in that push, whether it's just a little bit more training intensity or whatever, it was, but it was a tool that, I feel like I wouldn't have gotten where I was that last push without it. Just throwing it at the back end of a push, I didn't mess up my markers either,
I
like
think
they
it's
said it would.
it might be a smarter decision than adding an oral in the off season.
Yeah.
Because every time you put an oral in, your lipids go to shit quick,
Yeah.
and it messes up your digestion. So,
Yeah.
and my blood pressure was fine too every
Yeah.
time I've done it. So again, it's not something I would say I'm going to run Trend this entire push phase,
Right.
but it's another tool at certain parts of the push phase that you could implement to push through stalls and plateaus.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't combine it if you have a nandrolone in the cycle.
Yeah. No.
I'm just doubling down on prolactin issues, but if you're like us and we just run either a test primo mass or a test EQ mass or test mass, whatever combination of those, that are not nandrolones,
Yeah.
then the trend can go in just fine at 70 milligrams and or less and not really affect anything negatively, it seems.
Yeah.
So, but again,
Yeah.
if you're sensitive to it, it may not be for you, just like DHB is not for me.
Yeah. Or even would you even recommend it to somebody who's not even trying to compete, like a gym goer that's trying to get healthy? Like, I don't know if I would put that in somebody's just get big cycle if they're
Yeah.
just a lifestyle client. I think it would be a tool to implement on someone who understands the risk and knows he wants to go as far as like pro level or be competitive on a stage. But I think I wouldn't put it in a lifestyle client just because I've seen it, mess some dudes' lives up. They get divorced because they can't control it. I didn't implement it on their plan; they just told me. But
Yeah.
for somebody who's like us that we want to take it pretty far, absolutely, it's definitely a tool. And I have changed my opinion. Maybe I got to apologize to the guy I got in an argument with about Tren. You know him. His name is, I think we both do, Silverback. He's on Instagram.
That sounds familiar.
He trains at No Fear. I see him sometimes. I think he's in prep right now.
Oh, sounds familiar, but I don't know the person's name, actual name.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I made a story. I was like, nobody should ever touch Tren if you're not in a prep. And then he wrote me and then I just got in an argument with him. And then maybe I should apologize.
Oh
My
my,
bad.
well, changed.
Yeah.
As hard as we could admit it, we learned something new. At least admit it. Like, hey, I might have not been right about that. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, um, on that note, I don't think I'm going to change my mind about Nangelo. I just
No.
don't. I don't like it.
No. No.
Don't like it. But man, that's all I got, dude. This was a good one. We got
Sweet.
48 minutes in there, so
Sweet, man.
let you go hang out with your boy.
Yeah.
Take him to get some ice cream or something.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, dude. We'll see you.
All right. All right. Bye.